Oasis League. We have our first game of week number 8. Nine. Number 9. And I gotta say, we got a heck of a game here. I'm glad to be joined here by my main dude, the BX Hunter, for this game between a 3-1 White Walkers and a 2-2 Cosmic Omnics. Hunter, how you doing today?
I'm good. I'm excited. Both of these teams coming off very big wins last time, so it should be a very good game.
Agreed. White Walkers currently on a 3-game winning streak, currently standing in 3rd place, just with the map differential, with the Stardust Crusaders being the only team still 4-0. And like you said, Cosmic Omnics coming off a really strong win, 4-0. And they're looking to continue that momentum.
Yeah, we have a couple of storylines going into this one. Thank you for the people sending them in. This is Kitty and Awesomie's actual first game against their former team, White Walkers. So should be exciting to see. They looked very dominant last time against Diving Phoenix. That tank line looked very strong. In fact, that entire lineup, all 6 of the players starting playing right now, looked very good last week. And then White Walkers are obviously the defending champions and on the 3-game win streak, and see who wins this game today.
Yeah, coming off the side of White Walkers, a couple additions. This is going to be US of Chicky's first game with White Walkers, so along with Kron Godwin, looking to become mainstays as Charles 17, the beloved Charles 17. Go follow him on Instagram, at Charles 17, same thing. He just moved to Sydney, Australia, so if he does play today, it's not going to be just the Australian ping, it's going to be the hotel Australian ping with the quarantine. But White Walker's going to be running with the traditional brawl, the Ryan Zarya, the May Reaper with the Zarya, with the Lucio Moira, and Cosmic Omnics going with the Diva Ryan, the Hanzo Sombra, 2 mainstays for Slaya, and AJ with the Mercy Moira. So both teams looking to get the point unlocked here with the momentum. Is awesomely quick with the pick on Kron, and Syndicate Slayer doing what he did a couple weeks ago. Big headshot, first pick opens up on a DPS, and Slayer another AJ picking up the 4th. So just like that, it's looking like it's going to be a Cosmic Omnics first fight win.
That was a great rotation by Cosmic Omnics to grab the room with the mini right there, and then unfortunately Kron just gets caught out by himself, and awesomely with the Rhyme damage buff was just able to get him out pretty quickly, and it was pretty much a wrap after that without the main source of heals.
Yeah, and Syndicate Slayer already with the Dragons, and awesomely again another first pick. They get picked off. They're going to try to create some space here, a little bit of a delay here as Kron picks up awesomely, and the shatter from Richard already coming out. Ult's coming out fast, Ult coming out heavy, as 2 down again, once more on the side of Cosmic Omnics with White Walkers. Just like that, anything you can do, I can do better. We'll take this point.
I thought that Cosmic Omnics were going to have it. Awesomely did get the early pick, but Kron answered right back. Slaya did, I think, mess up his Dragons. Unfortunately, he shot a little too low into the ground, and not enough space was created, and Richard with the early shatter able to build it up and just take control.
Koa and Graf coming online for White Walkers with the look at that. It's these DPS. It's insane. AJ and Slay getting 2 as Pog picks it awesomely, but the rest coming out from Mystic, so doing a good job creating that space, and we get the res up with a nice charge from Richard, and the follow-up gets awesomely. The EMP comes out, just gonna get Deer. They jump the bomb as well, maybe a little bit too much, but they won't do what it takes to get point back in control.
They are going to have 3 ult here, but yeah, that's probably a little too much, especially using EMP, such a big ultimate. The EMP bomb combo is really good, but they do take control. They are going to continue to build up the percentage here, so, you know, can't fault them too much.
Yeah, and a big thing's going to be Gleam here looking for the shatters on each other. Both equally big. The Dragon Strike might be a little bit, a nice Dragon Strike from Syndicate. Richard charged in. Gets a lot of space echoed.
Kitty eats the grab.
All it's coming quick here. Used at will, and it looking like it's pretty even, but I think White Walkers is going to take this unless Awesome gets another big play here. Pull back up, and White Walkers will take points. So super even here.
This is very back and forth.
36% from each side. It's crazy. Big stagger. The Deadeye from Bleem to spook some people away, create some space, delay, get some time built on this point. while they're building other alts, as Pog's going to switch off of the Reaper to the Doom Fist. So staying is super weird in this brawl.
I like the switches that both of them made, both the McCree and the Doomfist switch that came out there. I want to see if they can get any value. Obviously, kind of wasted the Deadeye, but we'll see what happens. They're just trying to trading here.
Third Dragon Strike of the game for Syndicate Slayer already. Will force people off into this point. As Austin gets charged here from Richard, though. Just like that. A big pick they're looking for is AJ falls close to the EMP, but not able to get enough charge, all charge to get it off. And Richard picks up a second on the Mystic and a big D-Mac from Kitty, see if they stagger. Nope, Pog will get the job done quickly. Last fight territory coming up here, and some ults online for both sides.
We're going to see, I think AJ needs to be able to build up. He's going to get the touch, but I think he needs to be able to build up this EMP, because they could have the EMP. Actually, Kitty switches and gives up Bomb to go to Zarya, and blocks the Shatter awesomely, though.
AJ will get a little bit of a touch on point here. Brian's going to sacrifice each other, but a nice grab. You know, Cat using that fade to touch point, and Gleam going to fall up after that grab as well. The EMP gets a few. I don't know if it's a follow-up, though. Mystic's going to get that res off on the Cat, though. Kitty with a pick on Pog here, so a little bit of damage down on the side of White Walker. It's going to be down to Kitty to Cat. Gleam is the Deadeye after the pick from Cat. They're going to get them off point, just like that with the Deadeye. So a nice play.
Yeah, the Deadeye just keeps both Mystic and Kitty off points there. Unfortunate that the Reinhardt said that they both pinned each other off the map. It was odd, like kill feed recognition there. I'm pretty sure Richard got awesomely off there, but after that, you know, Deer on the Zarya kind of just got rid of the rest of the team here. So too little too late on the EMP from AJ. But that was good from both sides. That was very back and forth, especially those first, like, 4 fights. They kind of just went first Cosmic and then White Walkers and back and forth, and then White Walkers unfortunately just took it in the end. But very close so far.
Yeah, super even. Looks like we're going to stay on more or less the same with the brawl. You know, White Walker's going to stick with the Rein Zarya, the Mara Lucio, but going with Bleem on the Soldier and Pog on that Echo. You've seen him work as magic on it. Going to stick with the Rein Zarya, Hanzo, Lucio, Mara, but AJ going off of the Sovereign to McCree this time. Side of Cosmic comes. So taking this fight on point. Richard already 60% to Shatter. Cody got the 80%. One more Fire Strike. He's going to have it. Taking this fight big. He's working wonders for them.
They're kind of just trading right now. No one's really committing. I think they're just waiting for Richard to get the Shatter. He's so close to it now.
Any second now does
it gets
nice
blocked.
Block from Awesomely. And the co-op from Mystic that quickly. Paul going to get the pick from Cap, but AJ looking to get the pick on the Pog instead, and Slayer with another. Again, it's these DPS working wonders. They get these picks so quickly, and just like that, White Walkers is out of the fight.
Yeah, we saw it last week, and we're seeing it again. Syndicate Slayer on the Hanzo is really dangerous, and he can just get picked seemingly whenever he wants right now, and kind of just opened it despite Pog getting the early pick on the Cat.
Yeah, and AJ, you know, usually the summer player for this team will play more of the utility heroes, but same thing that we saw last week. The switch over to McCree has been really good for him. Able to hit these shots, able to get the flashbangs out, canceled a couple oh my gosh! Speaking of the Shatter, it's big! Coming out from Awesomely, 5 dead, a team wipe. Ring the bell, this one's over.
Wow, he pretty much, I think he got 5 of them, and then they used a Deadeye as well from AJ to get Richard on the Wrecking Ball. He actually switched off to the Reinhardt to get, I guess, a little bit more disruption in the back line. But that does get the team wipe. They are coming against a couple of ults as well, so I'm not too mad about using 2 ults to win that fight right there.
Oh, coming out offensive front to engage here. The Fire Strike from Awesome to get away the grab, though. Pretty big beat used from Cat. Stinky bombs to Echo. A lot of damage. Syndicate once again. The grab. Dragon's going to come out, and I'm pretty sure that's going to be this fight. Oh, actually even up the Awesome in the pick on Zip and Pog. It's the dude. We'll cancel with the Deadeye.
Just for the reload.
Poise. Kitty. So charged up, some really good bubbles here from her. We're able to keep the rest of the team alive and keep the rest of White Walkers off point here.
Yeah, Kitty's looking really good across several off-things. We saw her in Sigma last week. We're seeing her in the Zarya now. She had the Diva Eat earlier. Very good all around on the tank right now. And Bleem actually gets an early pick this time on Slayer. It's reversal of roles.
mines coming in onto Richard as
The mines got canceled.
You get canceled again. It's AJ with these flashbangs, these stuns, able to cancel these ults. These shutdowns so important. On this last fight territory, someone's going to have to touch it. Will be Pog on the side of WoW. Goes Deer switching off the Zarya to the someone will get picked off, and just so much damage coming out from Cosmic Omnics here. He's able to get the res onto Deer, but still, just only a couple people on point. Just the tank is going to be Richard getting soul shattered here just to get this dip bombing the Deadeye. It's going to be just Zip, and she's going to get caught just like that. Wow. Cosmic Omnics looking really strong. They're going to even it up 1-1 here on Oasis.
Yeah, they look really good. They had great point control. Obviously, that early fight when they had the Reinzaria mirror, it was kind of like just trading right there. And then he is able to block the early shatter from Richard, and then the Koa from Mystic pretty much just seals the deal. And then after that, they just never gave control. You know, White Walkers, they try to make a couple of switches to counteract it, but Cosmic Omnics up to the task, and now we're 1-1 here on the final point of Oasis City Center. I believe, no, this is Gardens, pardon me.
I really don't know any of the King of the Hill names either.
I messed them up all the time.
I really just don't know.
Is Slay going on the Symmetra, or is he just doing the TP?
I think Syndicate's gonna be staying on. Oh, no,
he
TP actually. Gonna get to that hookah. Will fall behind on that Hanzo. But yeah, it's this fight on point. They're gonna be down a DPS here though. It might be the difference. Shield already down and Bleem with the pick on Ostley, and Cosmic Omnic's gonna back way away. Kitty with the pick on to Bleem though, but Richard with the fire strike and the pin to deny some space here. No one is capping point here though. Kron will go back. Same with Pog. Got a little eager, you know, not the worst thing in the world.
We see the Ryan Zarya Lucio Moira brawl, and that's great. But in this instance for White Walkers, they were able to push it, and they have the Reaper, which is just going to do so much damage up close. Bleem was able to take out awesomely there, and they were able to push and take control.
Bleem, the big flex DPS is going to play. I think this is his fourth here when he gets another opening pick on the Syndicate. Awesome though gets the pick on Richard, the Ryan on Ryan crime. And so much follow-up from Koa, so big from Mystic, not just with the healing, but gets 3 final blows on it. And just like that, one ult was all it needed to take back the point.
Yeah, now they're coming into the Deadeye. They already have Shatter. They'll probably get Syndicate Slayer's Dragons, or at least a pick from him at some point in this next fight. But on the other side, they have both tank ults coming up as well as the Deadeye and the Koa for White Walkers. So see who has the better ultimates and can take control here.
Nice Shatter, I guess. Doesn't get anybody, but the Shatter's still big. It's still in the ground. Just like that, broken down. Syndicate Slayer doing his magic, getting a couple picks to stall off, but I don't think it's gonna be enough. It's another Raptors pick. AJ though, getting the work done with Pog. We'll pick up 2 at the end of this fight, and we'll take back this point.
Yeah, that one was 2 ults, I believe, from the side of White Walkers. Awesomely Shatter does come out trying to negate the value from the Grav, but it was just too much, especially with the Koa coming in on, I believe, like 3 or 4 of them were caught in the Grav, and it was a wrap after that.
We're gonna fight in this hookah though. Post a Cosmic Omnic spawn with the Shatter gonna come up any second from Richard. The Dragon's gonna scare him off and make him picked off. He will. Pog though with the Deadeye from behind does get Kitty. So staying behind them, able to get the pick that they were looking for. Both tanks down here on the side of Cosmic Omnic. It's gonna be hard for them to play this out here.
They're still trying to rotate to the high ground at least, and you see White Walkers just slowly pushing in on them, and they have the better close range damage with the Reaper instead of the Hanzo.
Deer charged way up too. Looking to get this pick on the Slayer, we'll find him just off point. Getting a little bloodthirsty. Love to see it with 25% on the grab left here for Deer. Another big grab with the Bleem Death Blossom could be the fight winner and the map ender.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's hard to say no to Syndicate Slayer's Hanzo. I like the Genji switch instead though. It gives him more click.
Shatter's Richard ends it with the Bleem Death Blossom coming out. The Deadeye not gonna do much from AJ. Shatter so massive. Richard the hard. It's gonna be the fight. It's gonna be the map unless Syndicate Slayer can stall long enough for the rest of the team to get
trying. He's staying on the high ground.
Touch here. Will get picked off though. Pog doing so much work on this McCree. does the Deadeye once again, able to get Mystic. It's gonna be Cat and then Kitty coming up with the grab. It's gonna get a couple, but the beat coming out and the big pin from Richard.
Victory.
Richard going beast mode at the end of that fight will guarantee the White Walkers map 1 win.
That was, yeah, it was a little bit in there. I think you're sounding a little bit better now. So I'll let you know next time. But you're sounding better now. That was very back and forth, and then on the last map, I think the close-up brawl from the side of White Walkers just a little bit too much for Cosmic Omnics to handle over here on Gardens. But that shatter to pretty much just negate any sort of like last fight potential from Cosmic Omnic was massive from the side of Richard.
Yeah, I know. So much follow up. So much with the speed and then the Bloom Death Blossom. Even not just to get kills, but to get rid of cooldowns to make sure that early shatter gets sustained for the rest of the fight and the rest of the map by chance. Such a big play from Richard there.
Good rounds. Let's see if we have any sort of swaps coming in for the next map. I believe the next map is Numbani for this rotation.
Everyone's favorite hybrid map, definitely.
I love it.
Don't worry about it. I like it too. I definitely didn't say that with any ill or hidden intent.
You can see dive here. It's pretty good. Like you don't get that. Like it's not every map is allowing for it these days, but here's definitely one I can see it coming out from both sides. So we'll see if any sort of swaps again come in for either side.
Yeah, I do think the only issue with this map, and we've talked about it before, is this seems like the always steamroll, the constant steamroll on second point Numbani for the offense. It's
very hard to hold it.
It's hard, King's Row is not too bad. Iconwall, I think, is one of the more difficult ones on the side of hybrid, but it seems like this is just a cakewalk for most teams. Even in comp, whether it's in quick play, whether it's in weak play like this. Numbani is an interesting map.
Oh, we do have Charles coming in. Charles is actually coming in for Zip on this next map. So he's going to be playing on that Australian hotel ping.
Hailing from Sydney, Australia.
That's dedication.
What time is it? Hey Siri, what time is it in Sydney, Australia? It's noon!
Wow, that's not that bad.
Prime gaming hours here for Charles Seven Tang. One thing I was a little surprised to see, and I think it's a testament to AJ and Syndicate Slaya on the DPS, is they might run it here, but whenever I think of Bleem and Pog as the DPS duo, I think of the Double Bird. They're a monstrous Echo and Pharah duo.
I think we've seen
I wouldn't be surprised to see it here.
That wouldn't shock me either. I think we've seen Pog on DPS for quite some time, being able to just pop off on the DPS role on any hero he has. Bleem obviously transitioning into the DPS role this season and showing he has just as much flexibility as anybody. We saw him play several heroes on that last map, and to see the double bird here would not shock me. We do see actually a couple switches coming out from the side of Cosmic Omnics. We see Kitty coming out for Afchen. We have Syndicate Slayer actually coming out for Pokin. And then we also see, actually, Syndicate is actually just moving into the support role. We saw him on that last time. His on was really good.
On map 4.
Yeah, with Cat playing the Zen on that one, who also popped and ended up getting MVP in part because of that map.
2 fraggers on the support last week as a Pokin, all the smots. Another A1 name in this league coming out on the DPS.
All right, I think we have everything good. We're just waiting on Ready Freddy's. Make sure nobody came in. Yeah, no one came in.
You'll have to see the almost coordination. White Walker's using a bunch of Australian flags with Pog. I believe that's the French flag.
I think so. I like how Wukong though is also using the Australian, even though he's on Cosmic.
And then Ziptail, not close enough with the Union Jack. But we do have the ready from both sides.
For everyone asking, Charles' ping right now is apparently at 400, maxing at around 2,000. So,
God.
let's see how it goes for him. I wish him the best of luck in this. I wish everybody good luck. And let's go into Numbani.
400 ping.
Traveling to Numbani.
Wow. We will see. I think this will be an entertaining map, more entertaining than it probably has the right to be. Although these are two good teams, I wouldn't be surprised if White Walkers can hide behind that 400 ping, and I wouldn't be surprised if KO just abuses it.
Yeah, we'll see what happens. I'm pretty sure Charles obviously plays a lot of like the Mercy Lucio, that main support role, so hopefully that helps him out here, and we'll see what happens. I want to see what types of comps each team are going to come out, because you can get a lot of different things, especially on the defense. And that's what I was wondering, if they're going to run the double shield. Actually, they're running the double shield Bastion and Echo.
The Bleem Bastion.
Dirty.
Charles, on the Mercy, I would say that it's probably the safest choice at 400 ping on any role. But we'll see if KO will stick on this Ryan Sig double shield with the soldier from Pokken and AJ back on the Sombra, with the Syndicate Ana and the Cat on the Lucio. You know?
Yeah, they're gonna have to.
We like a little Lucio speed here, but
we're gonna probably have to use the Sombra to probably displace this bunker if they're gonna like stick with it, but it's looking like it's gonna be tough. Although Richard did seemingly mess up his shield to start off, so not a good way to begin.
They gotta be
and they are going
to
stick with it.
Alright, well, let's see if Kazakhans can defeat the Bastion strat. This double shield not playing right above point, but just a little bit behind it on the right side. They will try to rotate. Kazakhans will get this done. AJ doing a little bit of scouting, so some good job trying to get the hack, but Poke just a little bit too far. Bleem gets one, will pick up a second, and they're going to retreat. AJ though with a big pick on Charles. So they will be without the Mercy, and maybe that is that 400 to 2,000.
Not able to react.
As Pokken will switch off the Soldier to the Reaper, so getting a little bit more active in this engage. Excuse me.
If they can get on top of them, or at least use AJ to start displacing the Bastion specifically, you know, their brawl potential is ridiculous between the Rhine, the Sig, and the Reaper. They're gonna still try for this same rotation, I think, to get around and on top of them.
Yeah, AJ does get the hack on to Orisa, but they will try to engage. Ryan though, Action, want to get picked up. Poke with the pick on Kron here. Big support down. Let's see if Charles can have the reactions on the ping to get the res off. We'll go for it, and does. Successfully, Charles gets the res on the Kron. They're going to stay up in this high grind. I was already giving up 50% up to the point in Action. I need the pick on the Deer. AJ following up with the pick on Hog after the hack. Bleem will pop the tank config, try to get some death from above, some damage in. AJ gets the pick on Kron. And the Nano on to Awesomely just to make sure going to follow up this fight. Just one ult used here, and I think it's going to be 0.1 on the side of Kosmic Omnics.
That was so clean from them. Pokken TP's up onto the side and just is able to like easily get in and get Kron. That forces Charles to have to focus and get the res off. Meanwhile, Deer went down to touch point and they were able to isolate him, pick him off, and Bleem unfortunately not able to get any picks with the Bastion. Just too much on the point afterwards.
Switch off the Bastion entirely to the Hanzo as Richard the Hearts with the switch on the ball does get Pokken, but Awesomely evens it up with the pick on Kron once again. They're again down that big main support. Pog with the Doom will get the Fire Strike on Action. We'll have the Shatter online, but does get hacked though. And we'll fall out of it, so no Shatter coming online. So nice pick from AJ once again. These hacks, doesn't matter if it's on the Kree or it's on Summer, we'll get these alts shut down.
Yeah, they are still slowly pushing it. I think it's just too many picks right now from the side of White Walkers. Obviously, spawn advantage is in the side of Cosmic Omnics here, but so they will eventually start to push it. But
Deer with a nice rock on the Pokken, but the Shatter and the EMP coming up big. Rocco, it was a hit though. We'll use the field, but this is a nice one's coming out from Deer. Gets the counter flux, but the beat coming up from Cat to sustain. Really good at AJ once again getting this pick on to Richard. A nice sneak coming out from Syndicate. So that Ana play, that DPS, the Fragger, Syndicate Slayer on the Ana, and they have so much momentum here.
There's so much to say. No one's dying just yet.
Another nice field from Kron though. AJ, another pick. This time on Gleam and Awesome gets the pick on Fog. Action gets the Immortality fill, and I think it's going to be academic here with this capping of second point.
You said it yourself, second point is generally in favor of the attackers. I thought Kron played that perfectly against the Shatter and the EMP. He had a perfect immortality field. Nobody died for so long, but just eventually, you know, once AJ gets the first pick, it's just kind of a wrap there. It's just too much in favor, I think, of the attacking side, and they're able to push you and get to point 3. This is where it can start stalling out, though. We'll see if we see any more switches. We do see a Ryan Zarya.
Behind, gets the Blossom online. The field coming up preemptively, though. We'll get it, but a big fire strike getting Kron and a lot of focus coming out on the Pokken. So Deer and Richard do a lot of work with the Duke coming in from Pog, picking up another, and Deer picks up the second on Awesome here. So a couple ults used there on the side of White Walkers. And Kosmic Omnics, both these are awesome. A deep pick here on Syndicate Slayer.
That was actually pretty massive. Pokken actually almost had like a Ninth Death Blossom, but there was a nice boot back, I think, from Charles there. He was able to push him back and just gets no value out of it, and then they're able to take control. And again, here's where the staggers can start happening, and like the stalling out of this map can really begin pretty much right here on point 3.
AJ, though, does see Kron up above. I think they're playing right next to each other, so it could be a big first pick if AJ is able to get Kron. But Pog, once again, this Echo working wonders, even on the hit scan counter. Gets Pokken on the spots on before this fight even begins. AJ will try to get the hack off. We'll get found out, though. Trying to get Richard, but a big shatter!
Big shatter!
The Nano and the Flux coming out as well. The field's already down, and the EMP to fall up, and it's a lot of picks. Avchen getting the 4K, looking to find another as they cap this third point, but I don't even think anybody can touch here, no.
Oof. That was pretty massive. They had the Shatter. The Shatter and the EMPs have been nice on the side of KO. They also had the Flux in there as well. Once they got the Immortality out, everyone just pretty much just dropped like flies, and it's a nice time bank for Numbani, but nothing, you know, we can see pretty similar time banks on both sides. You can go to like multiple rounds here on this map. So
yeah, it wouldn't surprise me. I mean, we saw how close, you know, almost identical to some of these percentages on Oasis. Like I think the first Oasis map library, both teams capped at 36%. Just bizarre how even these two teams are. So I wouldn't be surprised if this goes into OT or it's even into double.
They are looking like going with a Ryan Zarya, but they have Pokken this time on his builder hero, the Torbjorn. AJ gonna stick on the Sombra as per usual. They're great on it, and then you have Syndicate on the Ana, and Cat this time moving over to the Baptiste. So
the vertical legs.
See, Avchen try to hold this high ground. I believe this is first or second game. Is that their first or second game with like actually playing? Obviously they were on the bench last week.
It's the second game.
Okay, but looking pretty strong over here. They had some nice shatters coming in.
Yeah, being able to enable Avchen has been so good for them with the nanos and then following up the fluxes and the EMPs. It's been working wonders. But yeah, no dive here on the side of White Walkers. We'll stick with the Ryan Sig.
They're going
the
underneath.
Reaper Sombra followed on the Sombra with the Moro Lucio. We'll try to rotate all the way around. The Deer might get caught off with a nice hot from Avchen to stop the space being created on this rotation as Richard gets a quick pick with the Fire Strike on the Pokken. Richard's Fire Strikes has been on it tonight.
Yeah, he's just farming his ult or just getting picks.
Look at this turret. It's so hidden. It's doing so much work as Avchen gets the Fire Strike on Richard. Even up with the pick on Slay. And Avchen's going to pick up 3, maybe even a forward swing and away. Does have the Shatter online already as well. We'll pick up another 2, so a 5K, 5 final blows for Avchen that fight.
That is nice from Bleem at least to get the Zarya, get rid of Awesomely's charge. But you see already coming into a shatter, already coming into a window. There's going to be a couple of ults mid-fight on the side of White Walkers, but we'll see what happens. The early ults will be coming from the side of Cosmic Omnics here on this fight, and they're going to try to take the high ground push this time.
Yeah, just a couple people here. It's going to be quick. They're not trying to get an Abshan quick as possible. Syndicate Slayer with the nade kill finds Pog. Might have had slept there. Not able to follow, following this action on these right side stairs on the high ground. The shatter on each other.
Both shattered.
Bleem gets the pick on Pokken, but Abshan, another Fire Strike pick on the Richard. Field used here. Bleem trying to find Syndicate, but Syndicate with the anti will find Bleem on the follow-up. Pog does get the hack on the Abshan. Try to build up that EMP as quickly as possible, about 10% away. Same as AJ. The flux coming out from Deer. We'll find Awesome, but Syndicate! What a massive sleep! What a gamer! And Abshan again, the follow-up. These two working so well together right now.
Syndicate is another level right now across both the DPS and the support. I think this next fight, though, is really going to come down to who has the better, maybe even first EMP and can get the other one out of it, because we're going to see the other DPS ults coming in with it as well. So I think it really comes down to can AJ or Pog get the first EMP here. As we see Pog actually going to try to get set up for it.
And I love this position from AJ. Is halfway in between. We'll get the EMP first, though. Is Bleem. The Blossom gets pinned! Action! What a monster! The EMP coming out from AJ gets a couple in the shatter. Will find Kron. Oh my goodness. These plays working so well. Kosmic Omnics putting on a defensive clinic here on Numbani as Syndicate sweeps Pog mid-hack and will just get left behind, is able to get away behind point. Another big anti. Cat will try to find will try to find Pog, not able to do it though, and the window not even having to be used is such an important ult. They can build up more ults, with the Tor being low, the Fire Strike, could get 1-2 pick, nothing to stop it.
And only a beat really from Charles left to try to sustain them.
The hack coming in on Awesomely, who does have the grab. Syndicate once again, and it's Cat doing the peeling. It's these two fragging supports doing so much work. Pokemon Richard, less than 30 seconds for White Walkers to get this point here, and it's looking difficult. Like I said, only be online. Kron's Koa coming online very soon. Snoop's gonna miss from, and AJ with the hack onto Bleem. A lot of peel though, will get away. Someone's gonna have to touch point here.
They do have Pog on the Tracer now.
To the ball. Pog with a big pick on Slay. The pick they're looking for. The grab's gonna miss, but Richard falls into it. The window in the field coming out, and the Bolton core coming out from Pokken. Their first ult at the defense gets Pog. The grab coming out from Deer, who got it quick. There's gonna be some follow. It's gonna be just a couple on point here. It's gonna stay away from the molten core of that lava. As Awesome as the pick on Charles, getting close 2-on-2. AJ gets hacked. The EMP off Bleem, still able to get the visor.
Oh
off,
my gosh, he gets
knockout. The clutch coming out from Kosmic Omnics, and they're gonna even this up, taking Numbani 1-1 here.
They full held them. I thought that was so good on the side of White Walkers to start off. They switched with Richard onto the ball and Pog into the Tracer, and they just immediately dive onto Syndicate Slayer on the Ana. But just clutch play after clutch play, especially clutch ultimates coming out on the side of the Cosmic Omnics. They're able to full held them, and now we're 1-1 here in this match.
Yeah, that does not surprise me. All cards in favor of Kosmic Omnics there. It's just, they put on a clinic, It's not just how, second point Numbani is easy to cap. I mean, they did it, decisively on all 3 points, and that first point defense was impeccable. I mean, AJ, I think, on that Sombra, able to go back and forth between that right side top ground, that high ground, able to help out Cat and Avchen on the right and the back, and then being able to switch left side to help with some of the peel, as Pog or Bleem or Richard was able trying to focus on the Syndicate Slayer. I mean, they worked incredibly well, this whole team, on this defensive side.
Yeah, and you see so many different looks coming out of them, and different people coming in now. I think obviously the most consistent one right now is Syndicate Slayer on both the roles. He's insane, but give it up to AJ as well. Poking on the Torb was nice. It's pretty much an all-around team, and these looking very even with the defending champion White Walkers right now. This is a tight game. Even the first map was close.
We'll be moving on to. Well, I mean, I think not a debate to say, probably the most difficult map of this rotation. 2CP always pretty hard for people, but Temple of Anubis in particular, very 50-50. Some people love it. Some people hate it. Most people can't stand it. So it's going to be difficult to take control. I have no idea. I think this is a very up in the air game, or one of the most even matchups we've seen in Tier 3.
Before I change the lineups, I'm going to step away just to get some water really quick, so don't mind me. I'll be right back.
Yes, of course. We have a 1-1 tie as we go into our third map, Temple of Anubis. By the way, for anybody joining chat now, how's everybody doing tonight? Staying safe, staying happy, staying healthy, hopefully. Oh, no. Score is 1-1. Tied up at 1 going into map 3. Before Hunter gets back, though, we do have some switches. Avchen will be coming out. Kitty will be coming back in. Awesome is staying in on the tank. Syndicate Slayer will be switching back over to the DPS. As Mystic will come back in on support, replacing Pokin all the smots. I would agree. I think this map is hair-pullingly annoying. It can be super frustrating. It seems like out of all the 2CP maps, that this second point is just impossible to cap. You have many alts into it. You can have so many hits coming out, but it seems like it's super even. Welcome back.
My dog doesn't know why she can't play with me right now.
Get her on the sticks. Put the headset on her.
Probably better than me.
No. Hunter is the best.
Second to you, bud.
Thank you.
Alright, so we have Kitty and Awesomely back on the tanks. We have Syndicate and AJ back on the DPS. And we have Cat and Mystic back on the side of the support. So pretty much a standard 6-man starting lineup for Cosmic Omnics. Are there any changes on the side of White Walkers yet? I don't think so.
That is what we are waiting for.
Ooh.
Yeah, I agree to an extent. Sorry, 2CP is my least favorite mode. I think there are many who would agree with me, and I think there is a list from least favorite 2CP maps to quote-unquote tolerable. Like, I think Hanamura is tolerable. It's an okay 2CP map, but
this is like whatever in terms of like 2CP in my opinion. I think they all suck, but this one's like whatever, I guess. It's no Volskaya. I hate that map, but
Volskaya is a rough one.
Psycho coming in for Bleem this time.
Psycho Zordon. And Chicky making her White Walker's debut on the support. They'll be coming in for Kron.
She did come in.
Is she in the? She is in the lobby. Nice, good,
she came
very
in later.
good.
Yeah.
Draw Anubis, draw Namora.
Oh, we have Zip as well coming in for Charles.
Draw Ryzen. Draw Ys. That's kind of a stretch. And we were talking about it on a couple days ago, just grouped up, but that Paris is this unbelievably beautiful and detailed map, and it's just
I never want to even go anywhere near it. It's so gorgeous to look at, and I just never. I wish it was. We've talked about this before too. It should just be like the deathmatch map with the mega.
Yeah.
There, like that's fine. I'll do it then.
It's so.
Otherwise.
And no. I'm low-key surprised, just like how big Kanazaka is. That it's just a deathmatch map. I feel like they could have expanded it. I think it could have been like a really nice King of the Hill map. there's some expanded, fighting like a ramen shop, fighting that big club. That'd be cool.
Yeah, I loved the new Kanazaka map, but hopefully they're finally doing something with this Paris map. I'm not gonna hold my breath until Overwatch 2, whenever that comes out in 3 years, but we'll see. We have readies from both sides now. As we go into the third map here, tied 1-1.
Agreed, boss.
Boss didn't show up today. Maybe in the next game we'll have a 3-man lobby.
Boss asked Bab saying Paris as a hybrid.
Oh. I mean, I'll take it if it's not anything over a 2 CP. The hybrid maps are generally my favorites, and I think for most people you have obviously King's Row and Eichenwald, so if they could make it to something good, please give me something. But again, I'm not holding my breath.
Yeah. I think Blizzard has other things they should be prioritizing.
Hopefully. Let's see the side of KO this time on defense first. They're going to come out with the double shield with the Orisa Sig, the Junkrat spam, the Mei Wall, and then also have the Mercy Bap. I really like that for defense on Anubis.
Yeah.
Don't know what's going to come out on the side of White Walkers just yet. If they might switch some things up, but they're looking like they're doing ball sig at the moment.
Yeah, really excited to see the Red Hood Kitty Sigma once again. Thought she looked really strong on it 2 weeks ago, but that was before Shield. So I wanna see. I think this is gonna be the debut. Yeah, I think there were a couple Tier 2 games at Sigma for a minute or so, but the Tier 3 debut of new and quote-unquote improved Sigma.
Don't know if I would say improved, but they are sticking with it.
As they're going to stick on the ball Sigma, the Echo Tracer. As Echo cycles around, a quick pick on the AJ Mystic's going to get that res off though. But Richard trying to boost people off the high ground. We'll find Kitty though. And Syndicate Slay with the pick. Got chopped off from behind, but picked up the pick on Ziptails. Awesome gets the pick on to Psycho as they rotate onto this point. Awesome is going to get 2 more. Orisa going burr onto the point will just be Pog and just be Richard. As Pog though evens it up, we'll get the pick on the AJs. As DPS seem to have a big problem with the utility flex DPS.
And that's massive though to get AJ. They don't think they get the res off because it was on cooldown still. He's actually going to just switch onto the Sombra, try to just get back down to point easier and deal with the dive potential there. But that is gets both tanks down.
Gotta capitalize on
nice immortality field.
Cat gets picked off though, but a big cooldown used here. Will not be usable for the next half minute or so. Psycho gets the pick on Awesomely. The res for Mystic gets once again. They are 2 for 2 on the reses, but Psycho and Richard combining for so much damage on point with Mines and Duke coming up incredibly soon. Deer does get hacked though, but Richard gets another, and the window coming out from Cat trying to. AJ gets the pick on the Deer, but it's too little, too late. So much damage on point, and this ball Sigma strat's gonna be looking hard to contest here, especially with all these ults coming online on the side of White Walker.
AJ actually did already manage to build up an EMP, which is going to be massive on holding the second point, but you're right, especially in the hands of Psycho Zordon, that Echo is just looking really dangerous. The ball's going to just displace him and just cause so much disruption, and it's a lot to handle, especially with the Tracer 2 coming in.
Yeah, Awesomely Kitty going to switch off to the Reinzar, respectively, as Cat switches off of that BAP into the Moira, as AJ with the pick on the Chicky, though, the Valk down. Not going to be online for this fight, and Richard, though, able to get the pick on Slayer, but Mystic, a third res, 3 for 3, and so good on that Mercy so far. Yeah,
they're enabling her well. They're giving her Bubble Sword too, and it's just able to just keep the sustain up for the team, allow them to keep these fights at least at 5 to 6 people at all times, and really try to hold on. Obviously, this is so much adventure. Oof! Syndicate, another just early pick.
Yeah, and as they were waiting for Chicky to get back too, I mean, they're gonna have to wait again and trying to probably build up that pulse quickly or initiate with the Flux or the Dupe, but it's that's a tough pick on the side of White Walkers.
Yeah, they're just kind of waiting to get everybody together. Cyclish is kind of throwing in some stickies, trying to poke a little, get a little damage done, but here comes the early Koa from Zip to initiate.
Oh, nice EMP though to get a couple. Kitty with the pick on the Zip. Tier's gonna get incredibly low too. We'll get found out, and the tire coming out from Syndicate. able to get Psycho after the dupe falls. Chicky's not going to give up for the res. We'll attempt it, but we'll back off after the Valk. So, three big ults used there with the Koa, the dupe, and the Valk being used, but nothing coming out of it. And this is how hard this second point Anubis is for the
sometimes need that ult dump, and it just might not always work out, and they're gonna have to like spend like another minute and a half trying to build up some more potentially just to get like some early picks here. But they are coming to some nice ults as well, both tank ults as well as the pulse bomb. Meanwhile, they just have the Koa and the Shatter on the side of Cosmic Omnics.
What's coming in though from Deer?
As well as the pulse bomb.
No bubbles used there as the mines coming out of Orbit Syndicate. Another opening pick on the Pog once again. Cat's going to try to do a really good job actually of wearing the mine. The Shadow not able to catch anybody. Syndicate another pick on the Richard though. So 2 down on the side of White Walkers. It's going to be, Deer going to get picked off here by Awesomely. It's just 3 down on the side. You have to wait almost another minute down for this offensive push. And I think a big key to this is AJ. AJ's been so disruptive on the Sombra. I don't think they've even touched him.
Yeah, he just farms EMP too. He's probably going to get in the middle of this fight as well. He's able to handle him. Richard's actually going to switch off to the ball, probably because of AJ, and go on to the Roadhog this time. Another good pick. You can get a lot of early value out of him, but it's a lot different. There's no more like dive potential. And you see Pog also switch over to Ashe.
Oh, how is it not going to get found out? Oh, they won't do, but it gets away. All walked right by AJ, but let me get back to that high ground spot they were at. Psycho with the pick though, they're looking for Psycho. We'll get the pick on Slave, let's get the res off. But again, it's this big hack. The grab gets a couple, but he picked the tire from behind from Syndicate, and that's all they're going to. 2 big outs used here for Cosmic Omnics, and it's pretty much going to be the fight once again.
Oof. Syndicate's like able to get right behind them as Kitty throws in the grab, and just able to clean up the fight, and Awesome is going to just stagger out Richard here on the Mega.
Minute and a half here. You're looking at 2, potentially a third fight here, but Cosmic Omnics like to draw these fights out on the defensive side, so looking like just 2 fights. They have the dupe, they have the Koa, they have the Valk. They're approaching the whole hog and the Flux once again from Deer, but there's got to be that follow-up. Deer's nicely with the Fluxes, but there's not been enough damage on after the matter. After the fact, but Shatter, EMP, and Koa coming on for Cosmic Omnics. Only ones they're going to have this fight in particular, but EMP comes on, gets 4. Shatter is able to get a few here. Once again, it's just the fault they're looking for. They're going to use all 3 of their ults, but I mean, this fight's over. Just like that.
They hooked in Awesomely, but right as he gets hooked in, AJ just pops the EMP, and then the Shatter is still up for Awesomely, and he's able to come out. But look at the amount of ults on the side of White Walkers.
If she gets found out here, it's going to be disastrous. We'll able to get out.
She gets out.
Nice hide. They have, I mean, all 6 ults coming online here for White Walkers. It's going to be the last attempt here to push this.
Just really a riptide. Oh my gosh. Both supports.
DPS. Both supports down. Chicky and Zip are going to get found out. AJ and Syndicate are mad lads. Able to get these picks off so quickly. It's the same thing they did their last game too. And
it's both of them always.
Figure something out now.
Yeah, it's both of them just consistently getting these early picks. They're gonna send some early ults now. 3, 4 of them, I believe, maybe.
Oh, Syndicate shuts
my
down
gosh!
The Bob coming on to do much though. Couple picks here on the side though. Oh, White Walkers. And Psycho with the dupe to Mercy get it's the res off his Pog. It's the pick on to Mercy has that top right high ground. Zip here doing some damage here. Gets the pick on Syndicate there, so a lot of damage down on the side of Cosmic Omnics. This is the picks they're looking for though. It waited until OT, but they're gonna have to find the people on point and get rid of them. They're gonna be able to contest. They're gonna be able to stall here. If not. Ooh, what a big shutdown from Richards, able to get the call out from Cat. Basic does get the runs up on the Awesome, but it's just Awesome versus the wall right now. Does have the Shatter online, will try to hold it. Gets the nice bubble from Kitty though, able to push on here. Awesome with the pick on the Zip though, so a big pick, but Zip doing some damage. The offensive's Moira working wonders here. Paw gets a big coach gun kill. Deer was able to find AJ. And I think just like that, it took him a long time, but besides the caster's curses, Cat able to get Zordon though. The support's on point, being menacing. Big troublemakers, but Chicky able to get that res off. It's a mad dash. The Shatter though, able to get a few. The tower coming out for Slayer gets 4, and that's it. 81.8%! What a combo! The supports, Mystic and Cat doing so well to stall, Osma getting the big shatter, and Syndicate with the even bigger tire.
Wow.
And White Walkers is denied a third take on to second point Temple of Anubis.
That was an incredible stall out, and then eventually they come in with ult. They were just building up slowly but surely, and then eventually Awesome comes in with the shatter, and then Syndicate Slayer was slowly but surely again building up his Riptire again, and able to get 4 with it, and that's just, yeah, that was an incredible stall out of the side of Cosmic Omnics, and 81.8%, there is a win condition for the side of Cosmic Omnics to go up 2-1 here on this third map.
What a fight, though. I mean,
Oh my god.
absolutely insane. What a ults use, but that's what we gotta do. Second point on a 2C, but especially Anubis, you know, it's gotta be an ult barrage. It's gotta be a huge fight. It's gotta be picks coming out quick and decisively, or those stalls and those staggers are gonna come out. You know,
That's the way to do it. We're gonna see Sim on the side of both sides at the moment, but definitely on the side of White Walkers. Is Psychozordon's gonna be holding high ground at the moment, but I'm assuming he's gonna adjust shortly. But that's gonna be tough to push into a Symmetra if they're not careful. See if Syndicate actually sticks on it this time, or if he goes back over to like the Hanzo, Genji, etc.
I think they might be going for it though. They usually would have TP'd out of the spawn.
Yeah, that could help.
TP somewhere else. The double shot coming out. The Sigma Rhine with AJ already trying to get into position on the Sombra with the Moira Bat, but Bat falling quick.
Not ideal.
It's the Orisa. Orisa going bird. Look at this TP. They're gonna go behind.
Go all the
point.
way around?
All the way past this high ground, but no rotation needed there. It looks like they're gonna stick with this, trying to get some point contesting here before she gets up the second though, this time on Syndicate, and they're gonna rotate the point now as Pog doing the work here. Not just man, but the machine. Psycho gets another on the Awesomely as Pog finding 3, make it a 4K. 2 for the man, 2 for the turret. Pog doing a lot of work on the Torbjorn.
Very clean rotation to start off from the side of Cosmic Omnics, but I think that pick onto the Baptiste early, they still pushed in without them. I think that's just like not enough sustain, especially going against a Sim who's already at their ultimate. It's hard to live through that if you're not getting the early picks.
Yeah, and some switches coming out, like you said, they will get
And
up
there
the
it is
map
again.
to the Lucio, but Cat gets picked up once again. Doesn't matter what you're on, White Walkers is going to say no to that. They will try this TP one more time, this rotation, but again, they're down the speed, they're down that crucial support, so unless they get a quick pick here, Cosmic Omnics are going to be doomed to just draw out a lot of time here, trying to wait to push back in. It wouldn't be a bad idea.
They rotate again.
TP, yeah, TPing to way behind point. Gonna play these stairs, the photon barrier coming out from Psycho, the Colef is coming out from Mystic. We'll see if any picks come out. Barrier down, but the Molten Core, it's big on the stairs. We'll get the tanks here. We'll get Kitty mid flux, and they're gonna follow up on Awesomely. A lot of damage coming out from AJ potentially, but no, it's just like that. 2 minutes down for Cosmic Omnics. No tick in sight as the White Walkers defense. Maybe a little vengeance for the full hold, not the full hold, but the big first point hold from Numbani.
That was, again, super clean out of the side of Cosmic Omnics, but there's so many ults that came on the side of White Walkers, both the Flux and the Window and the Molten Core. It's hard to combat those. They come in with an early wall themselves, but there's the...
TP, but Awesome gets picked up so quickly, and here comes the Window with no shield to hide behind. This Window is going to be massive as Derek gets the pick on Mystic. The field coming out, but picked off so quickly they have to rotate to the slow ground, and Psycho and Pog are just going to clean up. Oh my gosh, so much damage coming on this White Walkers defense. It's minute 10 left, you got maybe 2, but most likely 1 long, hard fight here coming up for Cosmic Omnics with no ults online here. It's going to be the Shatter, perhaps the Visor, but it's
I was
gonna be
hoping
tough.
to Syndicate to switch. I wanted him more spam, and Junkrat does get. I was hoping for maybe a Farah to get. Oof!
It's these tanks, though. Richard and Deer, Musketeer, opening up these fights with a pick on this defense has been such an impactful play, and a big rock coming out from Deer, who has the Flux online once again, and Awesome gets picked off, so gonna be down to, just AJ's got to die here quick unless they want to hide and forget this touch.
Yeah, I
It's
think
just
he is.
AJ and Syndicate Slayer.
They're gonna push Syndicate.
Looking to find him though. A lot of
He gets
ults
trapped.
here for the side. Ooh, big trap. With the nice absorb,
Oh.
and Musketeer with the knockout on the Syndicate Slayer. Getting pretty sick of the spam. They got 10 seconds. Someone's gonna have to
just
touch.
a touch.
I think it's gonna be AJ. Chicky though in the air, looking to get some scouting done. 2 seconds here. Ooh, last second touch, but dear with the big pick on the Mystic and a nice field from Ziptail and the Molten Core, the window. It's the core. The window's not going to be enough from Cat, and it's a pretty sure. Yep.
Wow.
A team fight, a team wipe. A bell ringing, and White Walker's going to take a decisive 2-1 lead.
Those were clean rotations on the side of Kosmic Omnics, but it was just a lot of good team play, I think, on the side, especially once starting from that early first fight from White Walkers, and not much they can really do afterwards, unfortunately. Here it says 4K
Shatter,
again.
big tire. Goodness
Oof.
gracious.
Oof. Again, good round, so good maps. Now it is White Walkers up 2-1 on Kosmic Omnics. We're going to go into our...
Back and forth.
Yeah, this is an extremely back and forth match just in general. Let's swap all again.
Whew. Wowie.
I honestly have no idea how this one map is even going to go. I have no idea. I feel like this has to go to like a fifth map now. Like this is so
wouldn't be
evenly
surprised.
fought between these two teams. It's crazy.
I mean, both are taking maps off each other quickly. I mean, not quickly, but I mean, White Walker won, then Kosmic Omnics tying it up, and then White Walker taking third map. It's up 2-1. So I wouldn't be surprised if Kosmic Omnics wanted to even it up here. Like you said, go to that map 5. It's so tightly contested. It's so close. You know, it seems like momentum on the side of Kosmic Omnics, is especially after that big stall and not able. White Walker's not able to get 100% on second point with the big 4K tire, and then they come out and fold. They fold Anubis defensively. It's so close.
Rosters, yeah, awesome. KO. All right, let's see what we have for KO. Again, we're gonna bring Action back in for Kitty. It seems like he did pop on that new body map, so not too shocking to see.
Mm-hmm.
I'm actually taking just Syndicate straight out this time, not moving them over to support, as Pokin is actually going to come back in for him and keep the same support lineup for the side of KO. And nothing on the board from White Walkers yet.
I mean, both teams have been running 57s, but Kosmic Omnics taking the last big step they can get, getting the 58 as we go on to Route 66, and we've seen some I'll call them interesting fights in tier 2 on Route 66. There have been some
I don't know what you're talking about.
Some interesting maps here for a lot of teams. It's just Route 66 is a weird one. I gotta say, it's a good map in the sense that you could run a lot here. I feel like this is another pretty good dive map. You can run the brawl, you can run the double shield, you can run some silly stuff like you can run the Sigma Ball or the Hog Zarya. You can run a lot of stuff here. If you want to space it out, you can space it out. If you want to get in close and brawl, you can absolutely do that. It's just
whatever it is, I'm sure both of these teams in this tight game are going to just compete with a lot of integrity and a lot of ingenuity in trying to get their way on this map and trying to, for the KO, force it to a fifth map, and White Walkers just to close it out here in what's been a very tightly contested game.
Yeah, I think it's gonna come down to some really good positioning, some really good alt usages, and sticking together, as a team. I think it's gonna be integral, like you said, it's gonna be important. essential plays coming out here. I think we're still waiting for.
I think we're getting the same exact lineup coming in.
Dear Richard, Psycho, and Pog, and Zip and Chicky. So yeah, why change it? If it got you to the dance, this 2-1 lead as they're looking to close out this series with a 3-1 lead, why change it?
Perfect. I think we have the ready from KO. Just need the ready from the side of White Walkers, and we will be good to go. Actually, maybe let me change the map. That might help.
That would be good. I would agree.
Oops.
I'm sure there are some big Anubis fans out there, but I would like to see something else on Route 66. If you all are not aware, there's an awesome little I Spy workshop mode for Route 66.
We have the code.
A lot of fun.
Actually, surprisingly fun, and made me realize things in this map that I never knew existed.
There are a lot of dartboards on this map, and a lot of different comic books.
So many comic books in like the same location, but there's only like one specific one that the I Spy clue was. Ugh.
It was hair pulling at first, but I think there are also different I Spy maps as well. So
there's a new. I think there was like a Numbani one. I don't know. If you need them, go at Ravioli Stain. She loves getting added.
She does. Whether it's food, whether it's an Overwatch talk, she really does enjoy it.
All right, I think we have readies from both sides. We're gonna go in. Let's get it. Let's go.
Traveling to Route 66.
White Walker's up 2-1 here. Looking to close out this map. It's gonna be a close one, just like it's been all three of these previous maps. And the changes coming out, Half Chain coming in was looking pretty gosh darn strong on the Rhine there on Numbani. Will be making their second appearance today, and Pokin, who is doing some big work. Those powerful, strong legs of the Torbjorn. But it's gonna be tough here.
Maybe I'm biased. I still want to see Syndicate back on the Ana here, but you can't fault Mystic or Cat today. I think they're doing well. Cat obviously did get caught up just a couple of times on their rotation early in Anubis. I think that maybe slowed them down a bit, but regardless, I think the support line has been pretty strong all around for KO. So Mystic and Cat very strong. We're gonna see on the side of White Walkers the double shield again with the Sim Torp. They're actually running that same exact lineup from their full whole defense on Anubis, and if it ain't broke, why fix it? It's hard to break into these two builders.
I think right now the key component for White Walkers has been the support play. I think Jiki coming in, making her White Walkers debut on the Mercy. You usually see her on the real solid main tank player, but switching over to the support, and I have never been able to sing enough praises of Ziptail, but so good as Pog!
The early
Cat is getting picked off for his fight here. Once again, it's real unfortunate for KO, and it's just so much spam coming in from White Walkers on this top round here. They're going to give up some of this space, and I don't think they mind doing it. This TP also sits to the right side, just above that one rock right by the sign. I mean, if they have to rotate, they can absolutely do it. Aseko's going to fall here, actually, on the low ground by themselves. AJ tries to get the hack off, puts it off on Richard.
After done with that chatter.
A lot of consumables being picked off here. The turret, the field. Action, the shatter coming online, but the window coming out from Zip, able to build it so quickly, so much damage coming onto this payload as Deer gets the Sigma on Sigma, Cosmic and Zip. DPS and gets action as well, so both tanks down here on the side from KO, and they're going to have to retreat quickly.
That was really smart from the side of White Walkers. They built up that early ult from Ziptail just by hanging on top of big girls, letting the cart push, because it doesn't really matter where they stop it, so long as they stop it before it actually completes the checkpoint. And that's exactly what they did. They were able to finally build up the ultimate, and just so much spam coming out with the window and the double damage. It's hard to beat. And now here comes the early Vago. The same exact principle.
And they're going to switch off with the Ryan after going to give up the Shatter entirely and go to the Zarya. Maybe a little bit more protection for maybe just AJ. We're going to build up that EMP. It's about 35% off against the quick pick on the Psycho Chicky. Able to get that res up though, but Res not available for this fight. The core, the Molten Core. It's big. There's so much. Able to find Action on the ramp there by themselves. And Psycho able to poke, do so much damage on the Sim, get charged up. And now is the Photon Bear with just over 2 minutes down here for this Cosmic Omnics offensive push. AJ trying to get some picks here, trying to get some damage here, get build up at EMPs. Could be the only thing I'm looking for is Action. Going to switch off again, going to the Hog this time. Does have the Koa and Beat online on the side of KO, but that's just about it. While Flux, Photon Barrier, and the Valk online for White Walkers as they do switch to this right above one on the high ground as they look a big rotation coming out as now KO will take big rolls. Try to pick damage here. The turret down once again. The consumables, the buildable items. Rock coming out, trying to build some flux charge here as the Photon Barrier comes out. And AKA Pog, Komodo hype with the pick on the AJ, the beat coming out, the flux coming out just after. It's gonna find a couple and a lot of damage coming out of Zip, doing some damage, able to find Pokemon on the spots here. Just under a minute left here for KO to push here, just 4 on point. And the Koa coming out from Mystic, but Rich here finds awesomely too much damage coming out onto the Greek himself. And they're gonna have to retreat once again, so using the Koa to get out, but awesomely gonna switch off. And I admire the willingness to switch.
Yeah, exactly. I've pre-seen out of the side of White Walkers that they've adjusted their comp throughout the map, but now they're crossing their comp through in one single map. Really pick up the Psycho, and here's the EMP as well. That's 3.
A lot of damage coming out on the side of KO. They gotta find the picture though. A nice field from Zip delaying the inevitable, but Zip doing some more damage.
Core.
This time on awesomely. Core once again from Pod, spread out on one and just in front of it. So much damage. After gonna pop the whole hog, but he finds will sit in it too long, let it amass on him as Pog gets 4. Komodo hype indeed.
Wow.
The 4K from the Swede, and it's able to finish this. They're not even able to cap first point. A big hold from White Walkers who have 4 minutes to cap and win this game.
Yeah, that's great coaching from the side of White Walkers. You see they had like that set, I think, plan, or maybe they at least saw it within Anubis and are able to apply it here in Big Earls, but they had the same exact like lineup. But that rotation, just being able to hold high ground wherever they want, with the Torb, with the Symmetra and the double shield, it's so much pressure. And then once they finally are pushing into this last point, they're able to just drop down, use the ultimates that they built up, use the abilities and cooldowns that they still have that they haven't really had to use, and are able to just take control and never really allow them to get to that first checkpoint.
Ready for battle.
Yeah, it's the throwables. I mean, they're focusing the turret, which is good, but as the turret's being focused, the field's able to stay online. Then once the field is down, everyone's back to full health, and another turret's being built. It's so much support being done. It's so much of the DPS being enabling. It's so much of the tanks being able to play slow and play safe and play smart and build up these ults. And White Walkers is looking like the White Walkers of old, looking real strong coming in here on this potential last map. As Cosmic Om's going to stick with this, go back to the brawl of the Ryan Zarya. Avchen looking like a monster on the Ryan. We'll go back to it. Awesomely on the Zarya. Poking on the Torb once again. Anything you can do, I can do better with AJ now. Going on the hunt, so taking some inspiration from Syndicate with the Mercy Moore coming up from Mystic and Cat respectively. But the Ryan Hog, once again staying on this Sim Torb and this Bat Mercy from White Walkers. It's a lot of spam coming out. You know, primary bubble being used by Awesomely, and Rich is looking to get an early pick here, but AJ
looking like Syndicate
It's
player.
just gotta be the Hanzo. But site work there.
But Cat gets picked.
Playing the high ground. Mystic gets the res off this time, so both reses down. But another big hook from Richard, able to get Action out of position. They're down a big pick here, and they're just gonna walk. And they're gonna walk, and they're gonna strut as Pog gets 2 hooks coming out. Oh no. It's looking academic here on the side of White Walkers. Ult's already coming online, the whole hog coming up soon. Awesome, gonna switch over to the ball to try to touch. Action going to the monkey with the dive and Musketeer just like that with the pick on Pokin. Cat trying to stall and get the touch, but Psycho That beam does go burr. The big pin coming out from Deer, not able to get awesomely, and now Action going to follow up. It gets picked, gets focused so hard. The target prioritization so good on the side of White Walkers as Richards has that whole hog coming out. AKA Pog with the turret kill. Agent going to switch onto the mid, try to stall as long as possible. Pokin's going to get hooked and pin combo, and the hammer kill.
Oh, the hammer kill.
There it is.
The cap ball off, it
one
seems
more
like.
time, the shatter coming out. The one last Winston touch, but that is it. White Walkers looking strong. We'll take the map, and we'll take the 3-1 win onto KO.
Yeah, that was pretty dominant towards the end there, especially on that Route 66 map. I don't want to take too much away, though, from the side of Cosmic Omnics. This was pretty early, pretty even early on. But this is just clinical from the side with this Sim and this Torb from White Walkers. Oh, and here he's gonna get it.
Too.
No, he doesn't get it there.
On the defensive side, looking for that hammer, not able to find it, but will get their just desserts on the offense. Got their cake, and they ate it too. And all 4 cards coming on the side of White Walkers.
That was good games. Very good games. MVPs, that's going to be kind of tough, I think, today to figure out. I think we'll see when the nominations are. But what do you think stood out for you, or who do you think stood out for you tonight?
I will start with probably what's easiest for me, and that's the support. I think it was the same thing when the last time we saw KO play, as we seem to have become Cosmic Omnics' personal caster and commentary duo. But the support play was really strong. Yeah, agreed. Mystic, really good. On the Mercy Cat, got picked off a couple times, but their play so stellar.
Especially on Numbani, the appeal that Cat gave was really good.
And even Syndicate, the Syndicate Ana, so good, and Chicky doing a really good job in her debut. But I really do think, I would say a main support difference. Ziptail, absolutely stellar tonight.
Yeah, especially on that last map with the building just like that window. If I do want to give some sort of credit to Mystic, especially we saw it on Anubis. I had a lot of clutch reses, pardon me, pretty frequently. But yeah, seeing Ziptail there is that is fine with me. Do we have any nominations yet? I don't think so.
Yeah, we do. We do have to wait for that and see how we did.
Now from Bleem, he just pinged you. Do we have any DPS suggestions? I mean, I know they lost, but both AJ and Syndicate Slaya really obviously always shine for this team.
Those two are nuts.
Yeah.
They really are.
They are difference makers. Yeah,
I think I wouldn't even say he did a very good job on support, obviously, but with how much damage he does on the Ana, I don't even think it's unfair. It's fair to consider him
a support player.
Not consider for DPS. I think that should count as a DPS map. I mean, how many final blows, how many antis, how many sleeps? Big plays from Syndicate.
I think my argument for AJ would be he obviously played all 4 maps and was super important with his Sombra play, with the Mei. He obviously played the Hans on that last map. I think we saw him on McCree as well, if I'm not mistaken. So super shout-outs to them. Pog and Psycho, obviously, were insane on the Echo, on the Torb, on the Sim, whatever it was, especially on those last 2 maps. And then you also saw Bleem as well early on, playing so many different heroes, especially that Reaper on that first map I thought was really important for them. We actually see some noms come out.
Both noms. KO is going to nominate Psycho Zordon and Richard the Hard. And White Walkers will nominate AJ, like you said, and will nominate Kitty. So a DPS and a tank ult. So pretty much, unless you have any other opinions for support, I think we can lock it in for Ziptail.
I'm fine, 100% fine with Ziptail. I'm also, given that, especially that it was a nomination, I'm fine with giving Richard tank MVP. I thought he was really good, especially on that main tank role. You saw it on that first map, especially with his Reinhardt just getting massive shadows, just farming ult at times. We also saw him on the Orisa and the Wrecking Ball, and was
Yeah.
really stable for them. Shout out to Deer on the Sigma on that off tank role as well for them. He was super solid. Kitty obviously also got a nomination. They were great, especially in the early maps, getting some nice like eats and things like that. And Awesomely's main tank was something that shined. He actually also played off tank as well. I forgot with Afton, who also was really good. Afton was
Slacked
like,
out on the Rhine there.
yeah, it was very good. But if I had to make a choice, I think I'd give it to Richard for that tank MVP.
DPS is gonna be hard. I think literally every single DPS play tonight made such a big impact. I think it really was down to a DPS tool on some of those, but I really don't know. I think when Psycho came in, I think it became a completely different game.
I wouldn't mind giving it to him.
Or AJ.
Or AJ, both of whom, of course, got nominations. And then obviously we were going to give it to Syndicate originally. So I'll leave it up to you, play-by-play man.
Oh gosh. Oh god.
Because
Oh
I said
man.
it first. Next time we have a issue, I'll make sure that I'll take the lead on, so people can yell at me.
It's not like chat is helpful either, because people are saying Pog, and then people are saying Psycho in the other chat. It's just no one's helping me. God. I'm making an executive decision.
Yeah.
Winners win. Psycho
Cool.
Zordon is my MVP.
I'm fine with that. If we can, I would give an honorable mention then to AJ.
AJ, yeah.
Yeah,
absolutely.
That's fine with me. So we have Richard as the tank MVP. We have Psycho as DPS MVP and Ziptail as support MVP. Again, that honorable mention is going out to AJ for tonight. But shout outs to everybody tonight. This was a fantastic game and a great way to start the week for Tier 3.
Such a good game.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I hyped it up, and I didn't feel nervous about Caster Chris in this, because both these teams came into this weekend looking incredibly strong. White Walkers will improve to 4-1 now. A 4-match winning streak. They had that week 1 defeat. People slept on them, and now they really came out looking for blood. And KO, 2-3 now. They've won their last one, then lost this one. But I mean, some incredible play all around, supports, DPS, and tank on KO. They have nothing to be ashamed of. This is a really good-looking team. We talked about it last week, and the improvement that they've shown, after their first 2 matches has been, obviously.
Yeah, a lot of growth, and White Walkers continuing to look dominant, especially after losing that first week, but now they're on a 4-match win streak, and just looking progressively stronger and stronger as they move into the middle part of this season.
Yeah, but we are all set for tonight. No more games tonight. Next game is Thursday. When? We'll look, actually. Game times. Just so the rest of the chat gets to see. It's going to be, Thursday. Hey, would you look at that? Your first game Thursday is I Need Healing versus Valhalla.
Ooh, I know who I'm rooting for there. Let's go.
Yeah. Big I Need Healing. I love to watch them work. I love to watch them play. But they'll be playing Valhalla. Another good team. They're going to have their plates full. It's going to be 7 p.m. Central Standard Time. So we will see you then, along with another game as well. So 2 Thursdays games. Keep always an eye out for stream announcements when both games go live. But again, a 3-1 victory for White Walkers. Richard the Hard on Tank MVP. Psycho Zordon for the DPS MVP, with AJ getting an honorable mention, and then Ziptail with the support MVP. We will see you on Thursday, chat. Everyone have a really nice night and a really good week.
Peace.
Bye.